Alright, so I've just been out biking for sort of 10 to 20 minutes with wet hair because it's summer now, apparently, and I came back and my hair smells like wet dog, and I don't know why this happens. I've heard it only happens to white people, and I'm pretty sure it's true because I know a lot of white people that smell like this after being outside the entire day. There's something in our hair and in the city air that does this. It just smells like wet dog. So if you know why, please put it in the comments, because this is an interesting scientific thing to research. Pretty stupid, but interesting nonetheless.
Right, an antigen is a foreign toxin or substance introduced to the body that invokes a response from the immune system. So an antigen is not good, it's a toxin. So A and B blood types are antigens, they're toxins. So we have to ask ourselves, how did the antigen get introduced to the body? Because once upon a time, which science will confirm, everybody on the planet was O negative. And Caucasian people, okay, according to molecular biology and science since 2011, okay, as well as National motherfucking Geographic, in the Ancient Research Center, the Australian Ancient Research Center for Ancient DNA, Professor Daniel Cooper, Caucasians are only 6,500 years old. And so Caucasians were not here in BC times. Anything past 4086 BC. So when you go into history, if you go anywhere past 4086 BC, white people do not exist. Therefore, they cannot be the holders of the O negative bloodline, because you were not here. Now, funny, because the A and B antigens, which are dog and monkey antigens, which is why, once again, not being racist, non-African people, Neanderthal organisms, smell like wet dog when it rains. The reason that this is because of the A and B antigens, being the dog and monkey genes in the blood. And so it's funny because these same A and B antigens were introduced to the planet 6,000 years ago when the Neanderthal was introduced into the planet. And so we're going into the science of RH monkey blood to prove that, you know, and I did a whole lecture on this in my website called Genetic Reincarnation, where I broke down step by step how other races were genetically spliced using the EcoR1 enzyme, etc., to break down and split their DNA into sticky ends, etc., and electrically shock them and splice them together and create this humanoid. And then I also did a video where I broke down the science of the hybrid pig, because if you can see that they can splice a human with a pig, then they can also splice a human with a monkey. And so with that being said, imagine if somebody took the hybrid pig, grew it up, and then told them that they evolved from pigs to make them more comfortable in their existence, instead of telling them that we was fucking around in the lab doing shit that we ain't had no business doing. And so when you understand the origins of the hybrid pig, you understand the origins of everybody else on this planet that is not black. This is not about being racist, and this is about genetic fact. Like I said, anybody want to come through, try to debate me,